uncomfortable. Guys, I have so much stuff, but I don't even know how to pack it all. I was up so late last night just trying so many different ways of how to fit everything into this bag to make it a little bit easier to carry, but I didn't really get anywhere with it. I looked at the trains this morning and for some reason no trains were coming up online. And I thought, what is going on? Like, is it the system down? And I just found out that all the trains that I need are all cancelled or postponed. I don't know why, but I feel like every time I go away, specifically to my family's, there's always something going on with the trains causing cancellations and me just being like, I don't even know how to get there. So I should have left my house by now, but I've been trying to figure out how to put everything into this bag, figuring out how I'm actually going to get there. And yeah, every time I feel like I'm ready, I'm always thinking, oh, but should I bring this? Should I bring that? But then I'm like, oh, I have limited space in my backpack. So far, I'm definitely going to say, I don't think it's going too well. Okay, so I've never opened this tent up before, so I have no idea how big it is, how to set it up. I can't even remember how to set up a tent. So it's going to be an adventure, but my family have decided to put me in the front garden because they want to keep an eye on me. I'm joking, I don't know why, but it's a nice little spot actually, because the bathroom's just there if things get desperate. Oh, and guys, an update on that backpack, the rucksack. I found out that the rucksack is more for men, so even though I've adjusted it to the smallest size possible, it's still too big, and it was just the most uncomfortable hike in the entire world. For some reason, I was getting blisters because it was just rubbing in all sorts of places, and my backpack was uncomfortable, and yeah, the hike wasn't too good. Anyway, we just got through it and figure out how to set up this tent. Stuff outside so I can start putting things in the tent and seeing what I want to put where. I'm actually so excited, but I'm also a bit worried about how cold it's actually going to get tonight. It can get down to like -0, and it has done for the past few nights, and I don't know how well all my kit is going to survive in really cold temperatures. I haven't actually tried anything out before, so it's going to be really interesting to see. But I've got my roll mat here, this thing that takes up the largest amount of space, which couldn't even fit into my bag. It's my sleeping bag. This is 3 to 4 seasons, so it should be completely fine in this kind of weather. So I bought my really shitty mat from the army, which looks like it's been used by 1,000 different people and looks completely battered. But I just thought it was nice to have something a bit squishier to sleep on rather than just on hard ground. There's nowhere to hang a light. How am I going to be able to see? that even a hook? Just gonna have to hang here. Getting all of the thermals out because I know I'm gonna want to put them on tonight when it's freezing. I just kind of shoved everything into this bag. My duff bag, even brought my woolly hat. Morning read. So this is what we have so far. Hotel camp for the night. See how thick this sleeping bag is, guys. This is why it takes up so much room. It's so big and it takes up the whole length of the tent. I'm a little pea, so this is an absolute massive duvet of a mummy bag, which is perfect, but it just requires a lot of room. This is a 2-man's tent, so much size. I just thought, you know, if I ever want to go away with friends or just on my own, it's nice to have that extra room if you can have it. It just gives that bit of flexibility, which is why I thought it's better to get a 2-man rather than a single one. I'm really excited to stay in here tonight. I feel like a right explorer. Yeah, I definitely thought it would be a better idea to do all of this and all of the cooking, because I've never done anything to do with the cooking. I hadn't set up this tent before. I didn't know how big it was going to be. Just getting used to everything in a safe environment, even though it may sound completely ridiculous doing it in the back of my family's garden. It's a safe environment, so if you make mistakes, it's okay, but if you make mistakes on top of a mountain, then it's a little bit more dangerous. Which is why we play it safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. Always stick by that. I've just put everything in the bag in the porch bit. I think this is so cool. So you have this layer and then this layer's inside where you sleep, because when it rains heavy, sometimes the water can come through the tent, which is why they have the 2 layers to stop that from where you are sleeping. But this evening, I'm with my family, so they like opera and all of that stuff. We're gonna go to a concert. When we come back, I'm gonna creep into the tent, and that's gonna be me for the night. Woo, we're gonna see how this goes, guys. So I'm all ready for bed. Oh my gosh, it feels so strange to be outside doing this. When I was saying goodnight to my family, they were like, are you actually gonna go and sleep outside? You are absolutely crazy. It is currently almost 12:30. I normally go to bed at 10 o'clock, which is early for some, but every time I come to my family's, they are night birds. They go to bed 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So every time I stay here, I just find myself always up at ridiculous times. So yeah, I'm just getting ready for bed. I put these thermal bottoms on, which don't even fit me. They've got this massive crotch bit, so I can't even open my legs a little bit because they are actually going to split. These are definitely not fitting properly, so I actually have a builder's bum right now. I just shoved this fleece on because I don't want to overheat. It's not good to get in lots of layers. Your body gets used to that temperature, so I try and keep to a bare minimum of the amount of layers I'm wearing, because that means when I get inside, my sleeping bag is gonna be nice and toasty. I don't know why, but I always had this crazy fear about sleeping in tents, that someone is just gonna come in here. Always feel so freaked out that that's gonna happen, especially when you're on your own, in the wilderness, you don't know who's around. Yeah. I think that's probably why so many people have said to me, I wouldn't do it on your own unless you're pretty experienced and you know what you're doing. There's just so much to camping and hiking and just staying safe that I'm just learning so many different things every day. Every time I do something new, it's always something else to consider and something else to plan for to make sure you're safe. But yeah. But I've got my week for the morning, which is horrendously out of date because I like to pretend I'm gonna sit there and read, but I end up getting distracted and hardly reading anything. So that's why I'm months behind. So I bought this to read in the morning because I don't actually know if I have any internet. I haven't really checked, but I don't feel like I want to be on my phone. Like, I bought my laptop out here and carried it all the way here, and I don't even know if I'm going to use it, but I like watching the news in the morning. That's kind of my morning routine. I just have this routine which I religiously stick by. If I don't do that routine, my whole day just goes upside down. It's just really odd. I don't know what I'm doing unless I have my morning routine done and dusted. I bought these hand warmers and little toasty insoles, and I thought, how cool would it be to try? I don't know if I'm going to put the insoles on because... Or am I? Am I just in the mood where I want to be over hot? I don't know. But with these are hand warmers, ready to use, air activated, stays warm for up to 8 hours. I always get worried with these things that they're going to overheat and just going to end up burning yourself. Stand for 5 minutes to get warm. That's so cool. How does this work? You just shake it? I have no idea what I'm doing. Ooh, do I feel something warming? I don't want to put it on my face, that's a bad idea. Okay. Okay, it's working. Why the hell am I listening to a hand warmer? I don't know. Okay, for the fit insole, I'm guessing you just do pretty much the same thing. I kind of fancy one on each foot though, so I think I'm going to have to use these whole things. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? I can actually put it inside my sock and I can have toasty feet. Do not use while sleeping. Well, I feel like I'm going to have to stay awake now just to use these things. Woohoo! They're actually getting toasty! But I don't even know how to wear these now because I'm not allowed to put them on my foot. Oh my gosh. That feels so good. I really better go to sleep. Is this the point where I start singing? All by myself, don't wanna be... Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, guys. Forehead kiss. I'll see you guys in the morning. I really need a wee. But this requires me to get out of my warm sleeping bag. I don't know if I have the strength to do that right now. I've been wanting to go for a pee for hours, but I've just been prolonging it until my bladder gets so full that I am forced to go. 2 more minutes. Woo-hoo-hoo. It is cold. I have to say, it's actually really peaceful waking up in the garden like this and just waking up to the birds. Probably couldn't get used to waking up in this type of cold, and it's not even that cold, but I'm still frozen. That was one thing I did not miss. I was woken up by that cockerel about 4 o'clock in the morning, and it just would not stop going on. Why do people get cockerels? Like, they have an alarm clock. You don't need a cockerel. So it probably would have been a better idea to actually read these cooking instructions of how to put it all together and set it up before coming camping and not knowing what I'm doing. I have prepared some fuel. So it comes in this pretty big bottle of fuel. So I've had to find a small alternative, and the only thing that I had which was relatively ideal for this situation was my iconic face spray. I have written in bold all around this bottle the name of it because I was just really worried that one day I'd pick it up, forget that I had it in there because it's clear, it doesn't really smell, and spray it onto my face. Okay, I don't even know where to start with this. I don't think I've boiled this water long enough. Talking about coffee and tiredness. Last night's sleep was pretty horrific. Tossing and turning all night, and because you're laying on a hard ground, just everything goes numb. Pins and needles in my foot, in my arms, numb bum, everything. And I just found it so difficult to actually get to sleep because I was always thinking, what if some animal tries to get in? Or if I just see an animal shadow go past the tent or like scratching by my ear. It's just things that you need to get used to when you are out camping. But if you're not used to it, it is a little bit intimidating. And I just thought there and then, yeah, I am not ready to go out and venture and do this on my own. I'm really looking forward to going away and doing these with friends because it's going to be really enjoyable. But the thing is, we've planned it for peak winter time, which in the moment you always think bollocks, okay? And you think, yeah, I'll just get on with it. But I know that even now it's been slightly chilly, it's been 9 degrees, let alone peak winter time, up on a mountain, freezing your bollocks off. It's gonna be an experience. But then I also thought I'd be even bigger bollocked and say, I'm gonna do it for 2 nights. And I have to say, I'm not even really equipped for it. I haven't got, well, the luxury things would be really ideal. One of those blow-up mattresses. The sleeping bag, I have to say, was brilliant. You have this huge hood and you just like swallow yourself inside of it. Because I'm so short, I could go right down deep and just have loads of cover over me, and it just made this big warm cocoon, which was really nice. I was trying to sleep on my jacket, which wasn't the best because I'd worn it hiking the day before, so you can imagine it wasn't the most nicest smell to have up your nose when you're trying to sleep. It's definitely been an experience, and I'm definitely gonna do it again. So guys, I'm gonna love and leave you. Enjoy my half warm, half cold coffee. See you guys soon.